All right, welcome back, guys. Arizona Elk Draw Application Strategy 2024. We are talking Unit 9. Unit 9 is a famous Arizona elk unit, famous for giant bulls. It's been a unit that has given us a fair amount of governor's tag bulls and super raffle tag bulls and all kinds of bulls that are not only approaching the 400 mark, but over that 400 mark. So it's a spot where, as you can imagine, the trophy quality is high. The draw odds are very, very low. It has a limited number of tags in the early archery season. You're looking at, as a resident or non-resident, 25 or max points really to try to draw this hunt as a bonus point pass. They have an early rifle, same thing, guys. You're looking at max points to try to get a chance at this hunt in the bonus point pass. That being said, let's just talk about the early hunts in this unit. So every other year they'll do an early rifle and an early muzzleloader. This year it's an early rifle tag along with an early archery tag. What makes Unit 9 so special is because its northern boundary is the Grand Canyon National Park, where there is no hunting. And it's just fantastic elk habitat in that Grand Canyon National Park, and also some reservation that border the north of Unit 9. And so what happens is Unit 9 is a plateau. It sits on the Kaibab Plateau, so it's flat, easy for cow elk to range and live and exist and have their fawns and just have a nice life in flat country, where these giant bulls drop into the low, nasty country where they prefer in the winter and spring. And during the rut, when these cows come into estrus, it all becomes pandemonium, and the bulls crawl out of Grand Canyon National Park, and they go and rut all these cows up in Unit 9, and they travel all over Unit 9 and Unit 10 and breed. So that's why it has the fame that it does, because its boundaries with the national park, which has just an awesome incubation area of mature bulls. It's basically like having a private ranch that never gets hunted, and bordering that. And so you really want to focus on that if you draw this tag. Now, I'm not saying you're going to hunt the fence line, but understand where these bulls come from and how they operate and what their mode of transportation is, some of the better places to get in and out of the national park, and also places where they historically rut. Because what bulls will do is they will rut in the same areas every year. The cows will rut in the same areas every year. So understanding where the cows are congregating, where these bulls are coming from. They'll come from 50 miles away to come to one area where they rut every year historically. So be aware of that. Have some inside knowledge and some firsthand knowledge as well as you're scouting and doing your preseason work for that early season tag, whether it's a rifle tag or an archery tag. I would definitely, just given the number of points that are required to draw these tags, guys, I wouldn't hesitate to invest in resources to help you out, guide service, drop camp, scouting packages, anything like that. And I'm not talking about myself personally. There's a number of really good outfitters and guys that work in there in Unit 9 specifically that do a great job to help you out. And any of this, guys, that I'm talking about, all these unit breakdowns are just information try to help you. I am a guide and I run an outfitting business, but I'm not just here to market myself. There's some awesome dudes out there. So if you draw this tag, you can send me an email or something like that. I will definitely recommend to you who I think is the best, and I don't get anything for it. I just I like to send people to the right people and connect everybody together. So that's my little inside scoop. I'm usually not involved heavily in the early archery season in Unit 9 personally, so I do have some buddies that are outfitters that do really well in there and have it figured out. Typically, I'm hunting moose during that time in Alaska, so that's where I like to go hunt those bulls that are running up there. But Unit 9, really steep draw odds for those early tags. The late rifle is a little different. The late rifle, you can draw under 10 points, both as a non-resident or resident. Why is that? Why is it such a disparity between early archery and late rifle? Well, it is what I just described as why it's a crazy trophy hunt for that early tag, is because the bulls retreat back into the national park during the later season. Not all of them, but the majority of them do. And that's why it leaves that late rifle tag as kind of like a tag where you're hunting for opportunity, you're hunting for a meat type bull. You know, you can scrape up a 300 or a 330 plus bull in there, but it's not to be expected. Just a fun hunt, not a lot of glassing. It's pretty flat, like I described earlier, pretty flat plateau with mainly rolling hills and junipers, some canyon country on the west side, and there's some stuff where you can get in and do some glassing, but a lot of water hole based hunting, easy to truck hunt, not a ton of areas where you're going to glass giant country. So get in there, do your research, do your scouting, find the water, find the bedding areas, find all that stuff, and don't hesitate to reach out to me if you draw a tag. I'll send you some information. I had several guys last year that reached out to me about Unit 9. They drew tags, and I just said, hey, why don't you give this guy a call? Or I just sent them, you know, in the right area, and they were successful. They had a pretty darn good hunt, killed some big bulls. So I'm pretty free with information. I don't like to give it out online like this in such a public area because of just the nature and the privacy factor that I want my friends to maintain while I'm out here kind of giving out information and helping people out. So I hope you understand that, and I'm very much in favor of giving anything that I can to help you guys out and draw tags and also be successful on your hunt. Depends on whether I'm involved or not. It doesn't. So anyway, I hope you guys get lucky. I hope you draw a Unit 9 tag. I hope this video helped you, and we'll talk to you soon on the next one.